And I remember sitting next to him like at a show and our arms were touching and I was like, oh my God.
He was probably like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I'm not moving as he's not moving his, you know.
Hello, and welcome to the All Nighter Podcast,
where the insomniacs come to get silly.
And we're your hosts, Ashlynnicolebenson, Alexis Leach, and Rhonda Lou.
Welcome to the All Nighter Podcast.
Hello.
Sorry if you see my pregnant belly sometimes.
Hey, it's a beautiful pregnant belly.
Yes.
It's not ready for the public yet. It's too early.
All right. How are all our insomniacs doing?
Yeah, how's it hanging out there? We survived the ice storm unscathed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was just powdery snow, thank God.
Yeah, well, shit. But there was one night, the other night going back home, that I almost slipped bad. Because the snow was melting onto the sidewalk and it turned into that like black ice. Mm-hmm. So I did not see it and it was just like, God. But yeah, I caught myself. It was fine.
Oh my goodness.
By the grace of God or whatever, it was okay. But yeah, it's still frozen as fuck in our walkway. It is slick as hell, and I have to walk so slow to not die.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help. It keeps freezing. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. Then freezing, melting, then freezing.
I know. I was hoping it would all be melted by the end of today, but it's not very sunny out. It's kind of overcast.
And it's like getting really low, and then tomorrow it gets down to 9 degrees.
Oh gosh.
Oh, whoa. That's something. Yeah, I saw it was going to be like in the 50s all next week, though. So
yeah.
I was like,
after tomorrow, it'll be gravy, baby.
Gravy.
So how's everyone handling life? Update us.
I am all right. I mean, I feel like I'm struggling lately. I was telling the girlies that, I'm just tired of feeling like shit. I feel better compared to the first pregnancy in that regard, but I still feel really pukey a lot of times, and I feel low energy because of the medicine. But I'm about to be 14 weeks here in the next couple of days, so that's cool, and hopefully I'll get some Zofran here and be able to freaking see my baby again at my Monday appointment. But other than that, like, I feel like a little insecure baby. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to exist, but I have to. I mean, it's like, Adam was talking about too, like, so he's like not drinking or smoking right now. And, he kind of thought like, oh, like if I'm not drinking, like I'm just going to become like this new person. But there was this, one guy who wrote the subtle art of not giving a fuck or something. Uh-huh. He's got a podcast and he was talking about like he kind of thought the same thing, but really what happened is he kind of reverted back to like old high school self, who was like more introverted, who like doesn't want to hang out as much. Mm-hmm. And I kind of relate to that too sometimes, where it's like, I have friends and stuff who like smoke weed and everything, and that's fine. Like, obviously like I was part of that at times, but now like it is hard to like want to hang with people who are like, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I just feel, because I can't, I mean, it's not that I like need to like partake in stuff. It's just like, I just have nothing to take the edge off. So it's just like, I feel stuck or something. And I also just feel like it's hard for me to relate to people. Like
kind of maybe like a little left out in a way.
Yeah. A little left out, little just like I'm in a different phase of life than like a lot of friends, you know, like these one friends, this couple wanted to hang out with us and stuff, and and they're super loving, and like they, I think they're definitely one of the couple friends that wouldn't mind hanging out, like even with Raya and stuff. Like I had one friend who was like, they wanted to go to dinner with us, and I was like, oh, okay, like, do you want it to be just us, or can we bring Raya? And she's like, oh, well, I just want it to be you guys, because like I want to be able to like talk to you or whatever, and like I totally get that, and I knew like what she was saying, but it also made me sad
Yeah.
because
And,
it's like,
because I mean, just the accessibility of that is fairly limited for a lot of people, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
yeah, like not every, like, I mean, I only have the option right now because of grandparents, and
Right.
I think at some point with the second baby, like we will have to look at babysitter options and stuff. But yeah, I mean, for some people, you know, I mean, even still, I mean, like, especially with her in daycare, like, I kind of want to be with her as much as I can still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I mean, I get, you know, that friend that said that, like, doesn't, like, have their own kids. And so I, you know,
Yeah.
I understand that perspective. But once you become a mom, you know, you kind of realize some things where it's like, that's kind of a hard ask sometimes. But
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah. I mean, oh God, I think I clipped the shit out of that just then. But no, I mean, like, there's truly so many parents that, I mean, just would not. I mean, then I mean, they would have
Yeah, it's
to
like,
say,
okay,
like, well,
well, you
we're
can't
not going to
hang
see
out with
each
me.
other. Yeah, we're not going
Yeah.
to see each other if that's,
Mm.
you know, the limitation.
yeah.
Because a lot of people don't have grandparents and stuff and can't afford daycare. So it's like,
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, it's like the friends that we do have that also have kids, like, also, like, drink a lot. And, you know, it's kind of hard it's just, I think we're wanting to, like, I don't know, it's like we want someone who has, like, kids. I mean, obviously you guys are family, so it's like it's different with you guys. But, and, like, I think having the Scream movie marathons is helping Adam in this time
Yeah.
of transition of,
Yeah.
you know, what he's trying to do. Because
it's good for us too.
I think he's, like, the biggest thing I think with him when it came to, like, these other things is, like, he was disconnecting from himself a lot, and he wasn't knowing what he wanted in life. And so right now he's been super clear-headed, and, like, he's knowing more what he wants. Like, he knows, like, okay, well, like, I don't know if I really, like, want to hang out with, like, friends, especially the ones who still drink and all that. And also, like, some of his friends give him crap for not drinking, and that's really annoying.
No te gusta.
But he's like, I know for sure I still want to do comedy, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I think for a while, like, with comedy, like, that was always, like, a complex relationship of just, for him, like, for me, it's always, like, share your art no matter what, no matter where you are, no matter, like, what level
What the chances
of success.
are people are going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for Adam, I think kind of took him a while to get there, because he was like, you know, he really wanted something to happen with it. And to,
I think everybody does.
well,
you know,
and what we've, like, talked about a lot before the pandemic is, like, there was, like, a lot of momentum, I think, for both of us, with a lot of opportunities that have felt like, even in Tulsa, you know, maybe we could do something with this. And then the pandemic happened, kind of solidified us to not move. And then we had Raya and stuff. And so, and that in general, you know, it's like, not only does it change your availability, but, like, what didn't change is, like, our desires are the same, of still desiring to perform and do comedy, but our priorities are different, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if she gets sick or something, it's like, okay, yeah, I can't do the show or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But we still very much, you know, want to make the time to do our creative things. Like, and those creative desires are just as much there as they were before. But.
Right. Yeah.
And just as important and valid.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think it's, as a parent, like, it's very important to keep those things, because you can become a better parent really quick if you let it
if you're
die.
not serving yourself in that
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
because I mean, it is therapeutic, it is catharsis, it's all the things that every parent absolutely needs and
Because,
deserves.
I mean, you don't want to have resentment. you
Yeah.
know.
And especially, like, not towards your kid
Exactly.
who, like, didn't do anything about that.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And-
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I think, and it's still possible, but you have to get creative, and you do have to I mean, and it's different for everybody. You know, we are just more privileged in being able to like afford childcare.
Yeah.
You know, I think that makes it different. But I also know some people who like really utilize their friends if they don't have family to help take care of their kids and stuff. So, you know, there's that option too, where it's like you just might have to get creative, and friends might have to watch your kids for free.
But I mean, honestly, I mean, I think that creativity is how we stay young in spirit. Truly.
Yeah.
Like, I think keeping the creative part of yourself alive, no matter how you use that creativity, I think it will keep your spirit young. It will keep you warmer in a lot of ways, just because you are getting that consistent therapy.
I'm gonna turn on the AC really quick. It's so hot in here.
All right, my dude. But yeah, I mean, I think for a lot of like single parents especially, I think that's probably like the hardest situation to be in, as far as just like running on empty all the time, you know. And like the different friends that I have that are single moms and stuff, like, I mean, I just commend them so much, because I mean, especially if it's with multiple kids too, it's just like, brother, I mean, like, like one with a partner and family, it can be hard, you know. So it's like multiple kids, and you know, just like I said, like if you are running on empty all the time, you are constantly kind of in survival mode. I understand.
Yeah,
if
I
you're
think it
not
also
able to do these different things, or do the creativity things that make you feel better.
it depends on how quick you have them in succession. Because if you have like a lot of littles, then I think it's really hard. But if you can space them out, it makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
I mean, I'm pretty, I don't know, like these last couple days have been somewhat harder too. I don't really know why.
Yeah, I kind of felt like when we looked for veils, you were kind of having a hard time.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, I mean, anytime when like I first get up, like I still feel like pretty whack for like the first couple hours of the day. And I'm almost wondering if my like Hashimoto's, like if my thyroid is shifting into one or the other, and like my medication needs to be adjusted or something, because I feel far more tired than I feel like I should a lot of the time. But it's mainly just been these last couple weeks. But like, well, so we did the Opinions Like A-Holes podcast. Go check it out. It's live by now for sure, because I'm pretty sure it came out today. And it was a really fun episode. I absolutely loved it. And it was so much fun, in fact, that like I had to puke so bad, and like, but like I kept waiting, because I thought that we were like getting closer to the hour and past the hour or whatever. But it was just so much fun that I was kind of hoping that, okay, I'm like, I have to go now, I can't hold it anymore. But I hoped that when I came back that they would still go for a little bit, and they did. And so I was pretty happy with that. But yeah, it was like it's funny, because it's like the nausea, like alarm signals, like because of the Zofran that I take and stuff, they're kind of like dull at first, but then like once they start getting to that like loud alarm bell, you start getting hot and sweaty and stuff, and like
the worst.
like yeah, your mouth is like salivating and stuff. It's like okay, yeah, I gotta where's your bathroom, Zampino?
Where's it at?
I had a puke bag in my thing.
I had one. I was good.
She's like, I was prepared.
Yeah, I've been pretty much just leaving like one in my bag every time I leave the house, instead of having
Keeps
like
that thing on her.
Yeah, dude, it's the way to go, because you can avoid so much that way.
So much
No, again, just like we said in that one episode, freaking whoever, genius.
Absolutely.
It was so funny though, because if you look at the pictures to buy the puke bags, like all the reasons, they give you all the reasons, and one of them is like drunk, but like the guy's like a crumpled heap on the floor. Like he looks like an immobile caterpillar. And it was just so funny, because I hadn't noticed that till I sent it to a friend.
That's hilarious. You're like, is this guy dying?
Alcohol poisoning.
Oh, goodness.
Crazy.
Man, how did I never get that?
How's school going, Lexi?
Good. One of the classes is like a kind of do it at your own pace type of situation. And I'm like, bro, I need strict due dates, because I'm a procrastinator. And I haven't started anything. We're in week 3. I have to have a third of the assignments turned in by the next week of class, so I should probably get started on that.
Which class is it?
Survey of American Lit.
Oh, okay.
1. I wasn't prepared for how dry the reading was going to be. Like what we're reading now is like, how did Columbus describe blah 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 in his writings? And I'm like, oh my god. For one, I don't give a fuck about Columbus, and two,
Yeah.
like it's just so dry. I'm like, I need some fantasy up in here. You know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I've been bad about reading lately. Like, I got
Same.
like halfway through Less Than Zero by Bret Easton Ellis. He's the guy who wrote American Psycho, and it's like this corporate hellscape in it, and it's, you know, it's actually, I mean, it's pretty good, but it's just like the time like is normally what I struggle with, because a lot of the time, like when I do have free time, I do want to dedicate it to something creative or video games, one of the two. that it's like, you know, the reading doesn't call to me as much. I do think it's something nice to do before bed, especially. I think it does kind of help your brain wind down a little bit, but that's really the only way I got through half of it is just reading it before bed.
Yeah.
Which for me is like at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I've like started so many books, and I've not picked them up since I got preggy.
I did go through a decent amount of the one that Nathan got me for Christmas, because it's a graphic novel, so it's like,
Oh, that's nice.
like it's so fast. I mean, like you go through it so fast. It's one of those that is like backwards and stuff as far as the direction you're reading it. And yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy book, but I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah, I apologize for the annoying person that I'm about to become once Wuthering Heights hits theaters.
Ooh, yeah, you were talking about that.
Have you seen the trailer? It literally looks so good. Oh my god.
No, I have not. Who's casted?
Margot Robbie?
Yeah,
Oh,
Margot
shit.
Robbie and Jason Eldory from Euphoria.
Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting.
It's like for the jealousy trope lovers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
ready for it.
I don't have as much knowledge on Wuthering Heights at all, like, because you read the books and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta read it. You gotta read it. It's good.
It's a classic, right?
Good shit.
It's only 69 cents on Kindle.
Oh, there you go. I do have a Kindle.
Yeah, it's like there's actually, well, so like Mother Mary is coming out next month. I do want to see that in theaters. We're going to be seeing Scream in theaters.
Hells yeah.
And well, like I was thinking about seeing the Silent Hill movie until I saw the ratings, and I was like, shit, dude, it has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, really?
I was like, I don't think I should pay for this. Like I'll wait for this to come to streaming, but it sucks because it's like, I mean, I'm a fan of the Silent Hill games. I think they're really, especially like the second remake.
Is that
or
the
whatever.
one that has the character with like the big triangle thing on his head or whatever?
Yeah, Pyramid Head.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Pyramid Head.
Yeah. He's a dick in the game. I mean, like as far as you don't fight him that often, but when you do, he's a son of a bitch. A son of a bitch. But yeah, it's a pretty dark game. There's a lot of weird themes in it and stuff. Silent Hill F takes it to a whole other level. Like it's in Japan, and like, bro, the monsters in there, dude, they're like jittery as heck, and just like, oh man, and well, like even in the second remake or whatever, there are some that just like skitter across the walls and stuff, and it's like, oh,
Scary.
yeah.
It's funny because I kind of used to like scary games. I
Yeah.
would get excited, but then I don't know. My motivation for life has been not good, but because it's like, yeah, books, video games. It's like I want to, but I also don't have the will.
Yeah, dude.
It's like
Yeah.
I feel all I can do is scroll on my phone, but that also makes me kind of sad.
I know,
Yeah, I can't
dude.
really
I'm
do
like,
that.
I need to get the fuck off my phone because I don't even when I'm scrolling on it, like I'm not using it.
Oh yeah, I'm scrolling.
yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
delete my
Scrolling.
TikTok account completely.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because the new geo privacy, like the geolocation privacy, was just insane.
So that's what I was gonna ask. So because like I had heard different people saying that they were getting off because of the new terms and conditions of privacy and stuff, but I
Mhm.
didn't know what. So you're saying like what? Just them like knowing where you are? But it's not like public. It's just like the business has that information.
Yeah, honestly, you'd probably have to look it up because I'm not good at explaining like details and stuff like this. I mean, God, fact checker. Let's see. Hold on.
We're trying to get better at our fact checks.
Dude, yeah.
Go check that little snippet out on the Opinions Like A-Holes podcast.
For fucking real.
We talk about that.
Yeah, well, I said on that podcast too that like last week I was looking on my phone to see like the real story of something, and then I just never said it. I garnered the information, and then I put my phone back down. But yeah, I don't really scroll on almost anything that much because I do find that it does just make me feel bad.
So the condensed version here is the new terms and conditions face backlash because it had enhanced invasive data collection practices, including gathering sensitive information like biometric data, which don't really fully know what that means, precise geolocation, which basically I think just means it's tracking you the whole time, unless you like, even if you don't have the app on. And then in some interpretations, health or immigration status. So that was number 2. And users were alarmed that you didn't have the ability to opt out. And the expansion of targeted advertising to third-party sites. So basically, they're selling your data as well. Which, let's see, biometric, identifiers means face prints and voice prints.
Oh.
So if they're using, they can then sell and use your likeness, your image, your voice for whatever, that can go into their own AI things. Sensitive personal data, potential access to racial or ethnic origin, religious beliefs, mental, physical health, sexual orientation, and immigration status. But yeah, you couldn't opt out of it, and that was like a main thing. And the shift in ownership did not alleviate concerns since it was with the U.S. company like Oracle, which I've heard some issues with Oracle as well. I mean, and initially too, like TikTok had been sold like the U.S. version or whatever, but it was like through someone who's like connected to Trump. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because he banned it or whatever, and then they did that, and it was like,
my God.
thought TikTok was bad.
Dude, well, that last one, it says creator exploitation. The new terms allowed TikTok to use creator content, name, image, videos for ads, and some interpretations to train AI without compensation. Wow.
Yeah, so there was a lot there where everybody was like, fuck TikTok, bye. And so like a lot of big creators deleted their accounts. And so I was just like, I don't really need to be putting more work into this app anyway,
It's brutal though, because it's like, I mean, they're with Instagram and Facebook, their algorithms aren't as precise as far as like giving people giving the people who would want to see your content, and even YouTube similarly. And like TikTok kind of had the best algorithm for that, but with all that shit, dude, it's like, yeah, that's really not worth it.
It's
I mean,
like
I don't know.
selling your soul to the devil.
I mean, I'm kind of in a weird spot, even with like Spotify and stuff too, because they can use your stuff for AI as well. And some part of me
and
is
your
like,
voice.
Yeah, some part of me is almost just like maybe there's an inevitability kind of to have
everything.
this. Yeah, that even if you don't like, say with the podcast, actually, there's AIs right now that you can just give them your talking voice or whatever, and they can make you sing. And they can make you sing whatever they want. So it's like I feel like even if it wasn't a company doing this, anybody can still take whatever content you have out there and feed it into an AI and make something else out of it. And actually, I mean, I won't call the channel out by name because I don't really want to bring attention to it, but I do think that it's a channel that needs to be taken down, in my opinion.
What channel is it? We can bleep it out.
Well, okay, so it's called, and so for the bleep, it's a channel that's creating a lot of AI content about Eugenia Cooney, and it is awful. Like, it's actually awful.
Who is that?
She is an influencer that's actually a part of a lawsuit right now as far as different harm that has been caused to children who see her content. She has a very severe ED.
Is that the one that
And-
you were talking about, Ashlyn?
I don't think so. She's like super skinny, like
A very,
bones.
very severe ED.
Show
she'll,
me,
like,
show
play
me a
video
picture of
games
her
and
because the name
stuff.
sounds familiar.
I'm sure you've seen her before. I mean, she was.
Is this the one
an emo
that
queen
like
back in the day.
disappeared for a while and
She's-
everyone was
she's-
like, "Where'd she go?"
she's
They
offline right
that she
now.
died
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people have thought. Yeah, people make posts about
because
that
she's
all the
like
time.
you can like it's like she looks like a fucking skeleton, right?
Yeah, it's really bad. And I hope
Yeah.
one day that she turns to get help.
Yes. God.
Yeah. But the content that this channel is making is just, for one, there's perverse ones. There's for two.
So
there's,
this channel is taking her content.
Yes, and feeding
Okay.
it into an AI and making her do and say all types of things that she would never do, really mocking
In
her
real
ED,
life.
yes, and mocking her with food stuff and different things, like her getting like knocked down and almost like just really almost like cartoonishly mean type AI. And what's crazy too is that this is a channel that used to post like fan content of her all the time, but eventually once certain AIs started coming into kind of more accessibility or whatever, then it started pumping out all these AI things. And especially with her being offline, it has been like making so much money off of her being offline, and it's still making this content that's serving it to people who would watch her content and stuff. And it's awful. And like within it does say at the bottom, in like the fucking description or whatever,
Like the
that
fine
it's
print.
that it's made with synthetic content or whatever. So it's like it has that stipulation. But I feel like when something is abusive like that, when something is harmful, like I don't think it should be allowed to stay up whether or not they admitted that it's AI. I feel like, because I feel like you put any other celebrity in there making them do and say all these crazy fucking things. Like, I don't think that channel deserves a platform.
Much less money.
And much less money. Exactly. Yes, it should be demonetized to fuck. And yeah, I found all of it very disturbing, and I'm of mixed feelings with Eugenia as far as her content. I do think that it was harmful. There was a lot of body checking and overexposure in that way with different kinds of clothes and stuff. And I feel for her. I feel for her so bad. I have been in states of starvation unwillingly, and it is torturous. It is absolutely torturous, and I don't know how she handles it. But yeah, I do hope that she is faring okay and trying to serve herself and take care of herself more so than she has while she has been online, because like that has been kind of a pattern. And I almost hope that with her being kind of forcibly offline with this lawsuit or whatever, that she might actually have to find other means of happiness, and hopefully that includes wanting to survive, but yeah, the whole thing is very, very tragic to me. Whenever I would see her content when she was still streaming on Twitch and stuff, it was kind of hard, man. It was very hard to watch sometimes. And yeah, it's but yeah, I'm with channels like that though. I mean, I don't understand how they've been allowed to stay up for as long as they have, especially if they're also like showing her body in the same way, if not worse ways half the time. So it's just like,
especially because YouTube cracks down so much on like copyright stuff.
Exactly, dude. And it's like, I feel like using somebody's likeness like that is like, it should apply there. Like it might not technically be their copyrighted content, but they used that copyrighted content to make it. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like the same rules should apply.
Yeah, well, and it's but it's similar too with YouTube, like not being cracking down on like the YouTube Kids stuff of like what kind of content, and like there's also some channels that like parents are exploiting their kids like so intensely.
Yeah. Right, absolutely. Yeah.
And I think in California, see, this is where I could fact check again, but someone else do it out there in the world. You can comment what the facts are. Maybe leave a link, but there was a certain state that like you couldn't post your child or something, or you couldn't make money off posting your child or something like that.
Well, I feel like it should have the same laws as child actor laws. I feel like they should all.
And even child actor laws aren't enough.
Well,
I mean,
they're real slim.
I mean, yeah, but at the very least, it should be that where the children will have access to the money. The parents don't have access to the money till, really till they're 18 or whatever, and then it goes to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be a part of it. I think the limited hours in the work week should be a part of it, because as it stands now, none of that. I mean, the parents just take videos of their kids, as often as they want and stuff. And it's crazy because, I mean, a lot of those kids could never see a dime of that money, honestly, if their parents were so inclined, so it's just like that. I don't, and they're being showed so publicly, especially the very popular ones. It's like, I think that's a gnarly.
Well, what's crazy is that all these people that do exploit their kids, some of them, it's like, it can be literal, like, child abuse, and people are just brushing past it. Because I mean, there was literally the Utah mom, Frankie Taylor Paul or Frankie
you're thinking
Paul.
that's a Mormon wife.
No, her name is
Frankie Ruby.
Ruby
Frankie.
Yeah, that's what it is.
you
I
just
thought there
said
was
Mormon
a Paul
wife.
in it. But
maybe that's her husband.
She was a Mormon though.
Yes. Taylor Frankie Paul is the Mormon wife.
Paul. I was thinking Frankie, Ruby Frankie.
Yeah.
I always get their names like all jumbled up every time I think of them. But yes, her. I mean, that was just awful.
Yeah.
She's like, and when I went through and was like, I was looking at some of her stuff or whatever, or like video clips of her stuff, and I'm like, how was no one
calling CPS?
Calling this out?
There were other YouTube channels that were basically saying like, this is child exploitation. Like there were concerns over her channel for a long time
before anything was actually done. But
I know, but it took that kid literally jumping out of his window and running for help with I can't remember if it was literal shackles or if it was like duct tape or what.
Yeah,
he had like something on his wrists or his ankles or something like that when
both.
and I'm like, so she's literally saying she's not going to feed her kid for 24 hours because they didn't want to eat their breakfast this morning or whatever it was that I saw on there. And no one thought to like reach out to law enforcement to let them know what was going on, because I mean, we can sit on YouTube and like discuss this channel of this person or whatever.
Yeah, but we don't have the information, but like the people who are actually in their lives or whatever.
Yeah, but also even the YouTubers can call and report it, like maybe some did, I don't know, but it's just crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised if some did, honestly.
Yeah, I mean maybe they did, but I don't know. It's the fact that the kid had to jump out the window and be like, "Hey, me and my siblings are like chained up in our basement." Like that's crazy to me, or whatever it was. They were like chained to their beds or something. I can't remember the whole story, but I was like, "You're a demon dragon lady, and I hate you."
Yeah, I mean,
and your weird next door neighbor friend, whatever her name was.
Oh, the counselor.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
She seemed just as bad.
Freak.
Yeah, I can't understand like how anybody could be that sadistic with the child like it is. And that kind of plays on like what we were talking about earlier. I mean, Alexis was talking about watching body cam and these different instances that she saw, and like especially if I was like watching like a child be in danger or in threat of danger or whatever by their parents or whomever, whatever, I think that would just fuck me right up. I don't think, I mean, like I said, like downstairs, I was like, I mean, I can watch so many horror movies before I would cope well watching that, I think.
Right. I think it's because, like horror and stuff like that is usually a very far-fetched thing, like Freddy Krueger, not real.
Yeah.
No one's coming for you and killing you in your dreams that I know of. Michael Myers always coming back from the things that kill him. Mm-hmm. Not real. I mean, we get...
But just the reality of
yes.
true human sadism and psychosis,
yes,
it's like,
yeah.
oh.
And
like,
I mean, you know me. I'm listening
creatures.
to podcast or true crime podcasts all day, every day.
Yeah,
but
literally
even sometimes, I'll hit my limit, where I'm like, damn, that was a fucked up one. And then like I can't listen to any for like a couple days after that. And I'm like,
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. It's just it's crazy what humans are capable of.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck did you go through, Ruby Frankie?
Well, and that's the thing. There's even some that don't go through shit, and they are just
like built that way.
Built in to not feel literally anything, and be sociopathics. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Just to where like, because I mean, from what I remember, like Ted Bundy, he had a fairly fine childhood. I think the only thing that was really weird about him, well, not weird, but unfortunate about his childhood was that I don't think he knew who his dad was or something like that. Mm-hmm. I would have to go listen to some cases about him, but yeah, he did all that horrible stuff. So it's like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Like he was on the path to be a lawyer or whatever, and I'm like, what happened? Why didn't you just keep doing that, you weirdo?
Yeah.
Fucking John Wayne Gacy was he was literally a politician. Mm-hmm. Why did you murder so many people, bro? Like what was that for?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Real
human
know.
sadism is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's the worst, and I just
it's making me pukey.
Right. Go puke on them.
Yeah, exactly. Like those monsters in City of Heroes. But dude, I mean, well, what we were talking about with the AI stuff, I mean, like I said, I almost feel like it is inevitable, and I'm like, maybe it doesn't matter. I'll keep posting my music to Spotify just because it's the most accessible place for a lot of people. I'll probably do it to Bandcamp too. But
and on the same topic of AI, have you guys seen discussions, I guess, about the new video that released of Alex Preddy? Yeah, where they're like, if it's AI or not, because I mean, it is weird because I don't know if it is or not.
I don't think it is. I think it's been confirmed.
You think it's real?
Yeah, it was confirmed by its family that happened.
That did happen.
Yeah,
okay.
and that his rib was broken when he was tackled.
Kicking the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still not word.
Well, obviously,
it's not for dying.
Yeah,
but
a lot of people were saying it was AI, and I was like, I could see why you would think that because he's wearing like the exact same outfit that was in the other video.
And it is hard to tell with AI nowadays.
It is. On some of them, yeah.
But it's like even still, like that's not.
But that definitely was not just
him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people did point out, too.
There's plenty of people who have kicked police cars and not died.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, well, a lot of people have pointed out, too, that even when he was, like, tackled to the ground and stuff and he saw him coming at him, he did not brandish his gun. Then.
Yeah, he had the gun the whole time and he didn't use it. Like,
right.
He wasn't
and he thought he was going to die. I mean,
you're talking about the second instance?
No, the first one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he had the gun back tucked behind him or whatever.
I haven't seen I have just seen the footage where he kicks the car. I haven't seen the other angles that they've released.
Yeah, you can see him getting tackled and stuff too, and like where his rib was broken.
Yeah, never does he reach back for it.
Yeah.
He doesn't
so what happened with the agents there? Like,
well, so that's what a lot of people have been asking is if this could have been premeditated and if it was the same agents involved with that killed him. But we don't know because the ICE agents are relatively anonymous still.
Right, yeah.
Like it's not like Jonathan Ross where they've been released, or at least as far as I've seen so far.
Right.
We don't really know who exactly shot him.
Right.
So it's like, but if it was the same agents involved with that, the one who tackled him or whatever. Yeah. I mean.
Well, and did you guys also hear that Don Lemon got arrested? Do you know who he is?
For the church thing?
Yes.
Yeah, he was covering the church.
When the protest where they walked into the church wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in Minnesota, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were like, it's disturbing, whatever, what have you, and they arrested him.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
really
crazy.
Did they release him?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So.
I want to say yes, but don't
Okay.
quote me on that.
Yeah.
Who had Nicki Minaj being all political on their bingo card for 2026?
Oh my God, she's
Not
just
fucking me,
a
but I
freaking.
should've.
It's so weird and bizarre.
I've deleted her from my memory.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
telling Alexis, I feel like it's just a grift. I mean,
Yeah.
and I feel like for so many of these people, that's exactly what it is. I mean, I think maybe for some, they are 100% sadistic and bigoted or whatever. They just really, want to be like, tread on me harder, daddy. But with Nicki Minaj, man, I feel like it is just a grift. Like,
It's
It's
gross.
bizarre.
It's
I don't
sad.
know what happened to her, but
I mean, at the same time, I will say, like, a lot of people over the years have had, like, issues with her.
Yeah,
like
that's
what I'm
Mariah
saying.
Carey and, like,
Yeah.
all this
like
stuff.
I don't
which-
understand what happened.
I mean, I think, it's sometimes, like, when you look back, you're like, I guess I could see...
the warning signs in a way.
Yeah, where it's like there's some celebrities who are really just egotistical and actually, Ruby Rose, that model, like she was a dancer for Nicki Minaj and she was like coming out with all these stories on Threads about like
How she
she
treated
would
him horrible or
basically
something.
she would like fire dancers like every single night and just be like the most egomaniac kind of person,
I knew
I
the
mean,
song Super Bass, and that's about it. I was never really a huge fan of Nicki Minaj. I thought she was kind of annoying. So I'm just like so solidified.
I unfortunately knew most words to at least the Pink Friday album. But it was interesting.
I think there were some songs on there that I did listen to, like some of the slower ones that she had that were more about like I think like a breakup that she had gone through or something on the Pink album or Pink Friday or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like I don't know. But
Listening back with my adult brain, I was kind of like, why did I like this so much? But I think I was telling you guys where it was like, it was just like, I went from Christian music to just rap and just like, fuck it all, fuckity fuck, so, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really
she started shit
surprise
with Miley
me.
back in the day too.
Yeah, it's like she's never had any good rapport with anybody else that I've liked.
Yeah.
And also, but her husband was for...
Yeah, her husband
she
is
said
a
that-
convicted rapist.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I'm fairly
brother.
certain her brother is a convicted sex offender,
Yeah.
pedophile, weirdo.
So yeah, that didn't help her case.
So-
And I already knew that like before this
Yeah.
whole Trump thing. So it
Yeah.
doesn't really surprise me and just that.
I knew that because I saw the beef going on with her and Cardi B on Twitter or
Yeah.
whatever it was. And,
And
so
I
then
was always like, I'm on Cardi B's side.
yeah, I was like, what's going on with Nicki? Because, like I said, I had not been following her for however long because I thought she was kind of weird. So then when I saw that, I was like, whoa, so she got really extra weird. And I went to kind of see what was going on. And I saw in the comments, like, all of the stuff about her husband and her brother. So then I had gone down a rabbit hole with that. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is going on?
It's just
Yeah.
insane.
And then I saw her talking at, like, Turning Point USA or whatever. and
She
I was like,
basically is like sucking Trump's dick.
yeah, did you see that weird quote where he was like, I love those nails. I'm going to grow out my nails like Nicki Minaj, Donald Trump. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you would like them long nails scratching your asshole. Literally.
It's kind of insane. It's really, it is just so interesting to think like America's version of Hitler and stuff is Trump, and just like
Right.
all this weird celebrity culture that surrounds
Like wrapped
it
up in it, yeah.
is so wacky. I guess there won't be textbooks in the future or something. Hopefully there'll be
I don't know,
documentation
dude.
of this historic insanity.
Yeah, and well, I heard that the Melania movie totally flopped, which
Good.
I mean,
I think she's just as evil as him, but they've got their
there
own
was a
weird
lot of
beef.
stuff I didn't know about her actually that I just recently became privy to. But
Do tell.
Well, she's actually like she was a porn actress.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
never
she
knew
was
that.
on the cover of
We knew
Maxim.
that.
Never knew.
That's
I
why
That's
never
why
looked
it's
into
such
it
a
at all.
fucking, like,
ironic shit.
insane the way that he talks about other women and how they're disgusting and this and that. And we're like, brother, your wife was fucking spread eagle on what have you. Like, literally shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's like
the fucking blatant hypocrisy.
Yes,
Blatant and
to
utter
slut
hypocrisy.
shame and to do all that shit. It's
Slut
just
shame. That's the term I was looking for. Thank you.
yeah. It's like and hate immigrants when she's an immigrant too. It's like y'all are ridiculous. And but Chad and I were talking about it too. Like if it was like a third party documentarian or whatever that was just like deep diving on their family and all their bullshit or whatever and like really doing intense research, that would be interesting. And I hope that for history's sake that does happen at some point. But as far as like watching a puff piece, I don't know why anybody thought anybody wanted this, So, because it seemed like they were all very surprised at how it did, and I'm like, I'm not. Like, we didn't ask for this.
Well, I heard through the grapevine, so someone else fact checked this. Hey, listen, if you become our fact checker in the comments,
Ooh, yeah, that would be cool.
That Melania is also involved in the Epstein files, so that's why that they were doing this to try to like make her look.
Literally
better.
Earlier, I can't remember what.
It's been
Place
40
posted
days.
it, but I said something like some new info came out about like he would, God, I don't even want to say it, measure the wellness of women's vaginas or something, and I'm just like,
Oh my God, gross.
allegedly, I guess, I don't know, because I don't know if that's true or not.
Wait, so Trump? You're talking about Trump? My God, dude, nasty.
I think I saw it while I was waiting for you to come outside.
Yeah, I mean, they were, legally ordered like 40 something days ago to release, and it's just fucking crazy.
And now what's going on with the whole backtrack of the Clintons and not wanting to talk about it now without whatever it is?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They were supposed to, they're going to subpoena them because they haven't released whatever, like on their site or whatever. Because remember, Bill Clinton was like, I don't give a fuck, release everything on me. Mm-hmm. And then I saw
He's
something.
like, oh wait, Trump sucked my dick. I forgot about that. Like, if that's true, like that's so insane. Everything is so insane. Just like,
I honestly, I mean, if I'm real, I think he was speaking metaphorically. I think
okay.
he was saying like he was up his ass.
I see.
And just glazing the shit out of him or whatever.
Glaze.
They didn't appear for their scheduled depositions on the 13th.
Oh.
And 14th. The committee voted to advance contempt resolutions because they didn't show up. And they stated that they have no relevant knowledge. For the Clintons argued the subpoenas were unenforceable and they had already provided limited information. So I'm like, why is the information now limited and you don't want them to release everything on you? Or talk, or I guess not release everything on you, but now why don't you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
What that about?
Yeah, that is weird, dude.
Yeah. So I'm like, what's that about? Why are we backtracking?
Yeah, dude, and I was looking at...
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, I kind of feel like there's probably a good handful of current Democrats also in the Epstein list.
No,
and that's
100%.
why it hasn't also been released. Like, I think I think
that's everyone is trying to figure out how to...
Oh my God, can I have one?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, most of the Democrat names that I was aware of or whatever were released. So
like how to delicately release it or whatever, or like they're trying to pick and choose which ones they want to release.
Well, I mean, there were some big Democrat names that were released that were a part of the Epstein files or whatever.
Like which ones?
Well, I mentioned him one of the last times. Fucking something Summers, David Summers or something like that. Or he was like the DNC head for a little bit. But there were a couple other names that were lower tier. But so I don't think he has any issue releasing it. I think he has released all the Democratic names that were in there. I think all the ones that are left are him and his affiliates, really. And he was it seemed much more closely related.
To Epstein himself.
Yeah.
They were best friends, don't you remember?
Yeah, dude. And I mean, like, even
according to Epstein.
even just like the stuff that he wrote in his birthday book and stuff, I feel like is damning enough on its own. But there's so much really with stuff that we do have that I feel like is more than enough to say that he was definitely far more involved than they want to paint, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think this is one of the first times, because even with like Watergate and all that shit, I mean, like, shit was released, you know.
I know, and
like
I'm just
they
like,
made
why?
with Bill Clinton when he got head, it was released, you know. Like, I mean, like it was made very public. He was impeached, you know, and it's like, because he holds all the power with all his different rubber stamps in place,
Right.
and stuff. It's like it's been impossible to actually have any accountability, and it's just like very disheartening in that way. Yeah, and I saw that Trump was like getting on to fucking Fulton, Georgia again, and they actually like took different voter information and whatever, like seized voter information and stuff, and it's like, because he even used like
Where?
some like Fulton, Georgia.
Oh.
And he's always had a fucking, like, because he lost there or whatever, he's just like attacked that place regularly when it comes to like fraud and whatever.
Did you see that Pam Bondi had sent a letter to Minnesota?
Yeah,
About
saying that they would pull out
want-
ICE. Yeah,
if they hand
submitted
over
that.
their whatever,
Exactly. Yeah, like
the voter machines.
yeah, it's
And it's like, what?
well,
That's insane.
and a lot of people are you know, making the assumption that it's entirely craven, and that they want to make sure that they do not lose in the midterms, and so they're trying to get all this information to make sure that happens. And
it's
yeah,
fucking disgusting.
it really is, dude. It really fucking is. They are using ICE as a terrorist organization on their own civilians. It's like, and I mean, I had reposted something on Threads where it's like, if somebody has the right to shoot you because you're bearing arms, then you don't have the right to bear arms. If somebody decides to shoot you because you know, you're protesting or whatever, then you don't have the right to free speech. Like, they're actively attacking these different constitutional rights. Yes, that
Slowly but surely.
exactly. Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, I feel fear. I feel fear. I feel sadness. And I don't know. It does.
It's really
just
a horrible time to be pregnant right now, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I just
Everything going on is the only thing stopping me.
yeah, dude.
No, be pregnant with me. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like so many women are in that exact same
And
situation.
it fucking blows.
Yeah, where they want to have kids, but they don't feel like well, either that it's the right time with everything going on, or financially it would just be too hard, or like, you know, whatever. I think there's a lot of, and or, you know, the fact
fear
that we
of
live,
dying.
yeah, exactly, that we live in Oklahoma and we'd have to be on death's door to get help if we needed it, you know, if we had an ectopic pregnancy or whatever.
Yeah, I get so scared of that. Like,
I get a pain in my lower abdomen and I'm like, this is fucking it. All day at work. I went to yoga on Tuesday. This dawned on me this morning. And we did like this new move that I hadn't done yet, where it's almost like Happy Baby, but you loop the strap on your foot and you kind of pull your leg out while you're in Happy Baby to kind of open up your hips.
Yeah.
And I think I must have like overstretched or something on this side, because all day yesterday, my lower left abdomen was like so sore. I was like, what the fuck? Why does it hurt? That's where my ovaries are. Like, I was just like sitting there. I was like, well, if it just continues to hurt until tonight, then I'll seek help, I guess.
do you have an OBGYN that you see?
No.
Okay.
Just my regular doctor. She just does like my pap smears or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But not like an OB.
Wait, so your primary care doctor does your pap smears? Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I just
they
don't
did
think that they do like pregnancy stuff. Like, if you get pregnant, I think you have to go to an OB. But yeah, my all of my, I say all, let 2 of my primaries ever do any of that. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's cool. As far as like a one-stop shop, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, you're like, yo, I've got a cold, and can you check my vag real quick?
Dude, that's literally what they fucking. So my doctor suggests every 3 years to have it checked.
Yeah.
Because I guess, I mean, it used to be every year. Apparently.
Yeah, because I was getting mine.
Yeah,
done.
I get it every year.
I mean, I guess if you want to be like on top of it, but she said 3 years, you're good. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll take it. Something weird happens, I'll come to you. Like, but I had sent in a request to have my prescription renewed. And I was like, it should be fine because I was just at the doctor in September or whatever. I'm like, I work at the fucking vet. I know that you have to be seen every year in order to get refills done, blah, blah, blah. So I put in the request and I was like, okay, I won't have to go. Sweet. I'll be able to get 3, however many refills or whatever. And then all of a sudden I get a call and I was at work, so I couldn't take it. And it was the doctor's office and they left me a voicemail and they're like, we're going to get you scheduled, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? So I called her and she's like, we got your request for refills and notice that you're overdue for your exam. And I was like, what? I was like, I was just there and something. And she was like, yeah, but you're still overdue for your exam. And I was like getting kind of annoyed because I'm like, why are you still telling me this? Because I'm not. So I was and plus I did not like the nurse. She always answered the phone and I'm like, God, I fucking don't want to talk to you. Yeah, I was just like, what are you talking about, lady? Like, I was just fucking in. And so I booked it because clients were coming in and I was like, I gotta get off the fucking phone. So I booked it and I went back and then I kind of forgot. And then I got the notification that it was coming up. So I went and they're like, so you're here for your pap smear, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about right now? What?
Yeah.
Not once did she say that shit on the phone. So I was like totally blindsided and I was like, well, I'm fucking already here and I've been on Lexapro for 3 years, so this shit better work. Like, that was the reason I got on it, because I had a fucking meltdown and my mom was like, you need to fucking sit down and you need to take this shit. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. I had the meltdown. Never mind. It was a different meltdown. It's fine.
Yeah, pap smears can
Just
be mad
girly
uncomfortable, dude. They can be mad uncomfortable and just like, I don't know. I honestly, I mean, I do get mine done every
Well, it's like,
year,
why you gotta
but-
surprise me with it? Why didn't you say that shit on the phone?
Yeah,
I
they
would have
definitely
been like,
should
no.
have.
Well, that is the other thing about pregnancy is like they, at first they do the ultrasound on the stomach, but then they do some of the ultrasounds vaginally and stuff. And like, there's just so much that has to be done to your vag over the course of the 9 months that,
it can feel violating. It really can.
And you just kind of feel like a lab rat a little bit, and it's just,
Well, it's just like, did
it
they
can be
have
triggering
those
a little bit.
when our parents were having us?
I don't know.
Probably
it's like
to
if
some
they-
degree.
Like, if they did it, why are we doing it now? Why, whatever. I don't know. It's just annoying. I'm sure there's less evasive ways.
Yeah.
Well,
I
normally
forget
the-
why they have to do the vaginal ones sometimes, because there is like something more that they can see with it. Maybe it's when the baby's head is up or down.
Yeah,
or
exactly. I
something.
think that I was about to say that that's probably what it is, to see if it's the feet or the head.
But there, I don't know. It's like the closer as more weeks pass, I'm like remembering more things about the birth. I was like, oh yeah. Like then I'm
Trying
like,
to mentally prepare.
oh God, like
Thanks a lot, Adam.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, all of it is a miraculous feat. You are,
and
you're
it's
a
crazy
powerful
too,
creature.
because just like with everything going on in the world, like I want this to like hurry up, but at the same time I'm like, what is everything gonna look like by the time this baby's born? And like, I mean, I'm nervous that something could affect my pregnancy care,
Yeah.
Like
but
healthcare and stuff.
yeah, and just like the birth, and in the Project 2025 there was a plan to get rid of the epidural. I'm like, bitch.
Really?
Nope.
That is cruel and unusual.
And I'm like, please God.
Why?
Please
I
God,
mean,
don't let that
I
happen.
understand that there are side effects sometimes or whatever, but there's no reason
It's
to
very
do that.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just, hating women and wanting to just like be like,
you got to do it naturally and take all the pain. And
which wouldn't be that bad if we had like, I wish we had birthing tubs in every hospital. Like, I hate that it's all like separate, like you either have to choose a natural birthing center where there's like, all they have, they do have Pitocin for some weird reason, but which that would be hell to do without the epidural. But
probably if something's like if it's going too slow or something.
But it's so annoying that it's all separate because it's like
it should be combined.
It should. Like, why are there just not birthing tubs in every freaking room, at the hospitals? Like, and in some other countries they have it that way.
Well, I mean, why do they put you on your back in a bed?
Yeah, because that doesn't help. Like, that's not the most conducive to birth, know?
You're supposed to be standing.
Yeah.
Or actually, you're supposed to be, like, squatting.
Yeah, yeah.
And letting gravity do its thing.
So, and I've heard, with the water, like, it helps ease a lot of, it helps from tearing and stuff like that.
I'm sure it helps the cramps, too.
Yeah, and, which, it is funny because, like, I remember experiencing the cramps for the first time, and I was like, oh, of course, why did I not think that this would be similar to diarrhea? Where it's like, because it's stomach cramps, and like those times when you've had the worst like stomach cramps on the toilet and you're like sweating and you're scared, like like it is. I mean, it's times like 1,000 pain wise, but it feels that same like uncomfortable stomach pain. And I was like, why did I not think it would be like that? Because I was like, I can take any pain, but I hate stomach cramps, like those are one of the worst. I mean, similar to the period, like it feels like a mix of like the worst period cramps of your life and the worst diarrhea cramps of your life.
Gosh,
all mixed in times a million. But
but it's so beautiful.
It is.
But that's why I'm like, maybe the water would help,
Yeah, absolutely. It totally would. I mean, it's like, because in order to kind of combine it, you would almost have
that's
to
why
like
I had babies in the river.
Private fucking contract a doctor / surgeon to just go to one of those birthing centers and make sure you're good. And it shouldn't be like that,
It's pretty crazy, but women still do it. I always, it's like I want to be one of those women that'd be like, yeah, like I can just trust that everything is going to be okay and like give it naturally. But the epidural was so good that I was like, why risk?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is that like, I mean, because I'm sure that there were women that totally felt that way, felt very confident that it was going to be smooth sailing, and it wasn't, you know?
Yeah, and I have known a couple women who like planned natural births who had to go to the hospitals.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's exactly why it should be combined.
One of the girls I know had planned to not do the epidural, got to the hospital and waited too long. So then when she did want it, she couldn't have it. And she was like, yeah, there will be no more. This is the last.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You really need time to process that birth trauma, I'll tell you what. That's why the pelvic therapy was good, because it was like I like literally physically and mentally had to process it, like as she was like trying to
massage.
Yeah, massage and stuff. Like it was so crazy. Like it was like I was crying in the sessions and stuff, and like I mean it's weird because I think I'd mentioned this in one of the other episodes, but it's like it felt like I'd been raped, but it's just that you tore, like something tore through your vagina. So it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, because that kind of force and stuff, I mean, it does do a decent amount of damage, especially if you don't have access to like a tub or whatever. And so it's just like, I mean, a lot of.
Thank God I didn't feel the tear and like her stitching me up and stuff, because she's like, all right, you tore a little bit, but I'm gonna just. Yeah. I'm like, okay, sew away.
Yeah, again, another reason for the epidurals not to be illegal, because it's like that would have been so much freaking worse without that.
That's fucking crazy, dog.
Yeah, I don't.
My vagina is literally tensing up. It's like trying to go as far inside me.
The body never forgets. It is insane, my dude.
But it's like, but when you're going through it, like, you're kind of just like, here we go. You know, you like, you have no, you can't run away, you know? So, so you're just like, all right, like, you're on the roller coaster now.
Yeah, dude. And who knows when you're getting off.
That's like, I feel like there's moments, because like, obviously, like, if you have a good partner and they're there, like, you know, they're there, but they fall asleep at some point. And so I just remember like being awake at like 2:30 a.m. The lights were off, and like just being like, oh,
I'd be throwing shit. I'd be like, Jordan, get the fuck up.
Well,
if I gotta be awake, you do too, motherfucker.
It was kind of like I was like chill in that moment because it was before I took the Pitocin and stuff. So, but I was like, I knew, I mean, like, they were like, you're gonna have this baby, you know. And like, it's just such a weird feeling of like, you know, being alone and like just realizing that like everything's about to change, you know. And Raya loves to watch the video of when you met her for the first time. And then the other day, or it was yesterday, she came home and she's like, the aunties, are they here?
Yeah, she gave me and Alexis a little kiss on the cheek.
Oh my gosh, it was so cute.
Yeah, you'll have to come to the hospital this time to meet the next baby.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. Yeah, yeah. It's a trip to think.
I think, yeah, because I was like, where was the fan? But I know it happened quick too. So I was like, but we'll try to tell you guys earlier this time, I think.
Yeah, well, because it was like, I mean, you texted us like when it was happening, like at like 7 a.m. or
and
whatever.
Dad was like waiting a little bit.
No, we left, but there was just like traffic and stuff, so we didn't get there till like 7:30.
Okay.
And she was already out. She was already there. She had arrived. But yeah. Yeah, I would love to be there. That would be so cool. But man, I was thinking,
even if you guys were like out in the, you know, hallway or whatever.
Yeah. I was thinking though, it's like, you know, she's turning 3 next month, and it's like my life has changed so much in the last 3 years, and like where I was at when she was born even is a very different place from where I'm at now. You know, I spoke to it a little bit as far as like the starvation and stuff. I had a lot of malabsorption happening. My thyroid was like out of fucking whack. When you're in hyperthyroidism, it's so hard to gain weight. You're normally just constantly in a lost state, and it's so weird. But yeah, I mean, I think about that and I'm like, whoa, like, because I remember I had said this to Chad this morning, in that like I kind of had like 2 big moments where I felt really struck by that, like longing to survive and to have as much time as possible. But the way that I put it, I was like, you know, up until that point, up until you told us you were pregnant with Raya, I was feeling so shitty all the time that like I didn't really have that desire. Like I was just like, I mean, you know, if it happens, it happens, you know, like I was just like, I was in such a bad place that like the idea of more time almost seemed exhausting, and that I was already so exhausted and I didn't know how much longer I could stand being in that state. But yeah, when you told me you were pregnant with Raya, that was the first time in like probably 3 or 4 years that I was like, no, I need to survive now. I need to see this little cutie, and I need to see her grow up. And then the next time that I had like a really intense longing in that same way was actually when Chad was singing the song that he's actually dropping on February 1st. He wrote about me. We were singing it together. And
humble plug.
Yes. And we started crying while
is that
we were
what
singing
that post
it.
was that he posted today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he actually, I think he even used a little bit of the audio from that time that we sang it together. And after that, we just like sobbed for a while. I was still at a pretty low weight when that happened. I mean, really, when I first met him, I think I was still like 90 pounds, something like that. So I still felt in a very precarious place as far as that goes. Like the lower you are in weight, you kind of feel closer to death's door in a way. And like if you have another like bout of like substantial loss, you don't have a lot of reserves to lose. Whereas like now I feel like even if I did have another bout like that, if my thyroid is switching up on me or whatever, it's like I feel like I'm safer in a lot of ways right now just because I've gained so much of it back. But at that point when we met, I did not feel anything close to safe. Most of the reason why I always thought it would be very hard for me to live with anyone outside of family was because of my seizures and because of these different things that I feel like are just like taxing for somebody to have to go through and deal with or whatever, if they love you especially. And so but like to actually be in a place now where like I feel like, you know, whatever's coming at me health wise or whatever, like I have a really good support system, and I do feel like I have space, like I said, to kind of lose if that's an inevitable thing or whatever at some point. But I don't feel like I will ever isolate myself again. Mm-hmm. I think that if I learned anything from that period of my life, it's that's a quicker way to die, I think, because it does.
Especially for someone who's so social like yourself.
Exactly. Yes. I think I
even when we were in elementary school, you were a social kid.
Yeah. I love talking to everybody. Even the ones that were like, I think low key making fun of me. I didn't even care. I was just like, yes, I'm weird. Okay. I get it.
And then I was in the background.
I'll grow on you.
Getting ready to beat their ass.
But yeah, I mean, it's such a beautiful thing to be in this place now and to feel like now when this new one comes along, that I will have so much more energy than I did when Raya first came, you know, and I feel like, you know, she wasn't very active as a newborn or whatever. So it's like she actually kind of started getting active in good time with me as I was gaining weight and stuff. So it worked out pretty perfect. But I'm very heartened by that fact, and that I feel like, you know, like say if mom can't handle both or something, maybe I can come and I can take the little one.
I was thinking about that, where I was like, maybe I can like then plan
double up.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it, honestly. And I
can
think
see Raya's wedding speeches being written now.
Yes, exactly. And
you kept me living, girl.
And I think, yeah, straight up. And I think that I think that would even be good for me and mom to get that time together, you know? Yeah. So I think it would be a wonderful thing. I as crazy as the world is, I know that this new baby will be an absolute bright spot, just like Raya is, you know?
I know. Adam was like, should we put the birthday and the gender reveal together? Just because it's like everybody would already like be here. And at first I was like, no, she needs her own day. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, oh, what if we do just ixnay everything we were thinking about and just do the smoke bombs? Because I'm losing energy. That's the main reason.
Well, we don't expect you to have to set anything up anyway.
Exactly. So. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the majority...
We're not going to have the pregnant lady getting on ladders and such. Like, all right, Ashlyn, get up there.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
Adam's getting all nervous and he's like, I'm getting stressed. Like, are we planning this yet? Like, he's just getting nervous.
Tell him to calm
it being stressful.
Well, actually, maybe he could join the planning and like help us buy.
We could do like a group chat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll have to incorporate him in because he's like, I don't know how to make things. I'm not crafty.
Well, say if you weren't feeling up to taking me to that all year Halloween store or whatever, maybe he could take me and we could get the cauldron, get different things for it.
If you just help guide him, because he's like, I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what this is.
Was he born yesterday?
He's just like it is funny because he's like, when he's mentioned about like having a boy, he's like, I don't know how to like be a man, so like how do I teach this boy? But then he is such a man when it comes to like decorating and stuff, you know.
You mean like
party
in a
party
good way?
I mean,
he decorates well, or he's a man in the sense that he decorates like shit, and then you have to come in and fix it up.
It's like when it specifically comes to like party planning, he's good at home decor stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to like party planning, like he just doesn't know. he's like, don't we just need a cake? You know, like that's just, he doesn't get like all the other elements, you know?
Because I was going to say, if my mom let my dad just strictly decorate something, she'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Like Christmas and stuff, like he's good. Like he put like this whole like Christmas setup up here one year. That was really cute. And like he went all Martha Stewart. I was like, where did this come from?
Even when he decorated like the loft and stuff, it looked really cool. But dude, I swear to God, I feel like the best men out there, like Adam, like my fiance, I feel like that, like I think they both feel that way. Like they're like where they're like, I'm not a good enough man or whatever.
It's like that's why I chose you,
dude. And it's like, well, because it's like you have all the positive masculine traits and not the toxic ones.
Exactly.
You know, because there are so many positive masculine traits, even in terms of like.
Like I love that he wears bracelets and necklaces, you know, like and all this.
Be a fashion icon, you know, and accessorize. Be yourself. I think when a man is like fortified in himself, his personality, his silliness, and embraces all of those things instead of like shutting them down, turning away from them and all of that, it's like that's a real man. Like I'm like and there's so many things as far as like just taking care of the people around you with love and compassion or whatever, that's a real man. It's like all of those fucking bullshitty things that like all the manosphere dudes will shove down like young dudes' throats or whatever about what they think a real man is. That's like the quickest way to get fucking a drink in your face most of the time. It's not what makes a real man, being a dick and being an alpha and all that shit. None of that is real, okay? You're not an animal. Like, you're a human being who needs to process emotions, and that's good for you, man. Like,
like Jordan's very quiet, but he can be very silly with me. Mm-hmm. He can be pretty silly. Yeah, he can be pretty silly with his friends and stuff too. But he really is someone that just kind of like hangs out by himself. Mm-hmm. Like he really doesn't want to go anweanywhere or do much. And I'm like, that's probably why we get along so well, because I don't want to do anything or go anywhere either.
See, well, like me and Chad, we're like polar opposites in that way, in that like I'm the reason that he's getting out all the time. You know, he if it were up to him, I think the majority of the time he would be like, let's stay home and play video games. And we still do a lot of that. Like I try to balance it out. I do. But yeah, the poor thing has socialized more in the last 2 years than he has in his entire life, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Jordan's the silent type. He kind of just sits back and observes.
Chad's up like that up to a certain point. I've seen more and more silliness come out with you guys, especially since the proposal. I think that was a big vulnerability thing that made it easier for him. But normally with everybody else, he's exactly that way. Like he will observe for a long time before he actually feels safe to be his real silly self. And honestly, he is the silliest too. And I'm like, dude, everybody would love this side.
So what solidified where you're like, yeah, this is the one? Like, what did he say to you where you were like, yeah, that's it?
Well, so like...
And you were like, this is the one forever.
I'll say the first thing. When we first hung out, that it wasn't like a date or whatever, but he showed me this poem that made me like be like, oh, I had already heard a couple of his songs when I met him at the open mic on at Colony or whatever. But he showed me this poem that was like the promise of pain, and it kind of just talks about the struggles of life or whatever. But at the end, like it says, like maybe sharing this would be easier. Would it be okay if I walked with you or whatever? And he was just talking to this like theoretical other. But then like there was a conversation that we were having. Shit, I pressed it twice. There was a conversation that we were having in the car one day, where like, so I'll be real. I mean, the man treats me like I'm made out of gold. Like, I mean, he really does. Like, and it's like,
he told me to tell you that he thinks you're rad.
Oh,
because I didn't know if he was at work or not, so I messaged him earlier. I was like, hey, did Ron tell you if she was still up for filming today? I just want to check, and if she was, I was going to call her to see if she's awake or not. And he was like, And then he was like, when you see her later, tell her I think she's rad. And I was like, oh, he must be at work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, he said that.
Thank you.
Go on.
But yeah, I mean, like when it's just us, like, I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, he's affectionate when we're out in public and stuff, but when it is just us and he is his silliest self and all that, it's just like, it's the best. And so when we were having this conversation in the car, it really just kind of like dawned on me in this moment where I was like, I think I'm gonna marry you one day. And I just like said that to him. and he was like, what? He was like, really? Because for so long up to that point, he really like kind of felt like I wasn't someone who would want to get married at any point. Right. So he was like flabbergasted and really happy and stuff. And I was surprised. I was like, that feels right. I feel like there's times where I'll just be talking and laughing with him because he makes me cry laughing so often. And I'll just like almost kind of flash forward for a little bit and imagine him just a little bit older or whatever, and I'm like, oh. And the way that our dynamic is with the kids too, you know, the two of them are on the spectrum and one of them is neurotypical. But when we're all together playing Minecraft or whatever, it gets ridiculous. I mean, it's the silliest shit in the world, and I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, this episode should come out before Valentine's Day. So, Ashlyn, what was it for you with Adam? That you were like, this is the one.
Everything. He was tall. That was like the first thing. I was like, oh my God. Because like a lot of the guys that I dated before were not tall. They were either like my height or like just a little bit taller than me. But I don't know, like I immediately gravitated towards him because we initially met in a stand-up or an improv class. I think it was a stand-up class. Maybe it was improv. I don't know. I can't remember now. The details do get fuzzy after seniors, but I just remember like immediately, like I loved his personality. Like he was just like very friendly and like very silly. Like, I mean, you know, my love of my life before that was Phil Dunphy. So, I was like, ooh, you know, and, I mean, I had initially kind of pursued him because, you know, I was 23, about to be 24 and he was 31. And, but I remember sitting next to him like at a show and our arms were touching and I was like, oh my God.
He was probably like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I'm not moving as he's not moving his, you know, like and like just like the more we like got to know each other, like, you know, I mean, and then I do have like a stand-up bit of like I knew he was the one after we had sex for the first time because we started doing cartoon and voice impressions to each other. And you know, like I feel like with other guys, I think most of them were maybe like kind of charmed by my weirdness, but maybe one or two were a little bit like, I don't know if I get you, you know. But with Adam, it was like he got me. I think that was the biggest thing. Like I felt like I could be my full silly self. I think that's like really the selling point for someone when you like find someone, you know. Like,
exactly.
If you can be yourself without fear.
Yeah.
Then, you know, and it was really just like after that, it was like, you know, and any things that I thought could be issues or something, you know, I think I just was like, oh, let's just see how it goes, you know. And we've, you know, truly been able to like, I feel like we're still just as best friends as we were when we first started dating and everything. And, you know, couples therapy does help. Not gonna lie. But it just helps us, like, especially because, like, after having a kid, it is very easy to be like, you're my enemy because your nipples don't fucking work, you know? And, like, but, you know, sometimes you just need to be reminded of what's happening. Like, you guys are on the same team.
Yeah, and, well, like, I think a lot of the time, even without kids or whatever, sometimes, like, couples can just almost, like talk at each other without really hearing the other one.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
You can talk in circles.
Yes,
and like,
exactly. And then, but therapy helps so much with all of that. It's so nice. It's the best.
I would definitely advise, like, no matter how good your relationship is, I would definitely advise it.
Because so many couples or whatever, it can just, they end up going way too late, you know, like after damage has already been done or words have been said that they can't take back and stuff. So it's like you get ahead of that game, dude. You know, you get right ahead of it so that damage doesn't have to be done, you know.
What about you for Jordan?
So we met in, I don't even remember what year, because like we all know, I work at the vet clinic, and he used to work for his aunt who runs a cremation company for animals called Angel's Pet Funeral Home and Crematory. Anyway, and he would do the pickups for her. So he would come and get the bodies from us, which sounds so funny. And every time he would come in, I would be like, oh my gosh, the Angels guy is here. The Angels guy is here.
Yeah.
And because they would page back and be like, hey, because we have a back door that you can open it, but once it shuts, it locks, so that like dogs can't, well, I guess the dogs could still technically get out if they hit that. Anyway, but anyway, it locks behind you, and that's the door that they would come in because our freezer is inside. And they would page back to us and be like, hey, the Angels guy is out back. Can somebody open the back door for him? And I'd be like, I got it. And eventually I stalked him on Facebook for however long, added him, and then he finally added me, or added me back. And then when he did, he sent me a message at like 4 a.m. or something. And so I was asleep, and it said, hey, how are you? And I woke up and was looking at my phone, and I answered back, and I said 5 feet. Because for some reason I thought it said, how tall are you, in my dazed, sleepy state. And then in the morning I woke up and I was like, did that happen? And I was like, that's a weird question for him to just randomly ask. And then I went back and looked at it, and I was like, oh my God, he's going to think I'm an idiot. And then he still chose me. So yeah, but I think it was just anybody else that I had dated, whenever we would like get into arguments or whatever, they would just always be like, you know, I'm right, you're wrong, blah, 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 blah. Or like put me down, or, you know, what have you. But it, like, when we get into arguments, it's much different. Like, usually we'll argue, but at the end of it, we still come together and, you know, we're like, you know, I'm sorry, you know, there was probably a better way for us to handle that. And I've never had that with a partner before. So I think the first time that happened, I was like, okay, so maybe he's like normal.
Yeah. No, that's so helpful too.
Yeah.
Recovery is so important.
Yeah.
With physical touch and with the I'm sorry's and stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, because I remember there was one time where I was like on my way to his house, and we had gotten into argument or something, like on my way there or something. I don't even remember what it was about, because we really don't fight that much. And so when I got there, I was already mad, and I was like I was like, don't cry, because he's going to think he won. And he said something, I think he said something like, are we done with the attitude or something? And I was like, I just fucking lost it.
Yeah.
And I was like tears. And he was like, whoa. Because I don't think he realized that the argument was
getting to that.
As big as I thought, as it was
felt,
to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, whoa. And he like immediately gave me a hug, and I was like, what's happening? So yeah, I think it was that.
Well, and I was just about to say, crying is one of the best things that you can do when you are feeling it. Like when you want to cry and you're in a fight or whatever with your partner, especially, it triggers empathy. You know, like it's like, oh, I didn't. Okay, so you're not just mad, you're feeling other stuff too, and I don't want to make you feel bad.
Right.
So it is like, I mean, for me, I mean, I can't really hold it back that long if it's something that matters to me anyway. But I think it's just good, because then people do just see your humanity, and they're just like, oh, okay, this is real, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to hurt you.
And then there's me, where I'm like, remember what you did April 25th of 1995 at 2:43 p.m. Oh God.
But that's awesome. That makes me really happy. And similarly with Chad, like what's awesome with him is that, like, never for a second has he lost trust for me or anything even close to that. He doesn't trust other people. Other dudes
Who
around
would?
me. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't trust other people. But as far as his trust in me, it has never wavered in any way. And that is so freaking valuable to me because I have a lot of trauma in that way with past relationships where they would not ever take my word and would just imagine all these, paranoid things. And I would be like, what's going on? Like, none of this is happening. And they wouldn't believe me, and anger and chaos would ensue. But yeah, and that's something too, is that like even any discussion / heated debate or whatever that Chad and I have, it's like it's never felt hostile, and it never feels like he wants to hurt me in any way. He might disagree with me on different things or whatever, but never once has it felt like he was attacking me as a person or my character. And that's fucking valuable as hell too. This has been a very long episode,
it has.
you guys. I looked at that and I was like, holy moly.
Ashlyn is still upright.
Yeah, man.
I've been up and down throughout the episode, but I got myself back up. I was like, let me end.
We're going to try to figure out a better sitting situation for our pregnant homie here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, the floor ain't cutting it no more.
Yep. So maybe we'll
I was
have
like,
a different
even if
setup
we had
next
like
time.
lawn chairs or something, I just need something with a back.
Yeah.
Right.
I would be into that. I think we'll find something.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thank you so much. We
thank you.
appreciate every view, every listen.
Please like and subscribe. Comment
Yeah, please
if
do,
you
because
want.
that really does help us. And we
Yes.
see the views.
It
Where are all the
boosts-
likes for those views?
Yes, it
Unless
boosts
you're
our
not liking the
confidence.
episode and you're just watching it.
And that would be fair enough. But
Yeah.
hey, I mean, like, feel free to leave comment, feedback, whatever.
Yes.
Because, like, I mean, honestly, like, with the views that we do get a lot of the time, it's like I do get really curious what y'all are thinking.
Yeah, and some
for
of you are
sure.
lurkers, because I
feeling.
know some of y'all know us, and so you're
For
just like
sure.
scared.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's
exactly.
like, dude,
Give us feedback.
But
we need you.
well, we'd be so appreciative to know that people that know us watch.
Because
you know?
sometimes I mean, sometimes I'm like, what am I doing this for? I mean, besides, it is for us and myself, but there are moments where I'm just like, I don't know. I get discouraged.
100 of you have followed us.
Yeah, and we really appreciate that too.
We've reached over 400 subs.
Yes,
so,
and that is pretty spectacular.
I mean, that's a pretty cool thing. So
Yeah.
So we appreciate you.
Don't forget to go check out Opinions Like A-Holes
Yes.
over
Check
on
out that
Spotify.
podcast.
Are they on other platforms
Yeah,
too?
they're on
Okay.
Apple.
So wherever
pretty
you
much
find your
everything.
podcasts, again, Opinions Like A-Holes.
Hell yeah, dude. We had a lot of fun.
Oh gosh.
And we will be we will be dropping our songs on Valentine's Day. So if you want to check those out on our Spotify, feel free. There will be our first things to post on there. So, but yeah, we love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.